sometimes Luffy surprises me. I wasn't surprised that he has compassion for Kanis, I think her name is, because he's a very compassionate person, and he just immediately understood the ins and outs of why she did what she did. Like I said, I had no problem with it. Like I wouldn't be mad. It's not like Nami who's on your team who backstabs you for no reason. Like at least that's what we thought at the time. Like she was, you put her in an impossible position. Luffy recognized that instantly. Like that doesn't surprise me. I won't say I was expecting it. I wasn't necessarily expecting him to figure out all the permutations, all the implications instantly. But once it is explained to him, I would have expected he would have compassion, which he did. But so I guess the part that did surprise me was he figured it out completely on the spot. But also asking, well, why are you telling us, is kind of a dumb question because you were pressing her. What else was she supposed to say? You weren't buying what she was selling. You weren't believing anything she was saying. Meanwhile, the crowd around her is acting suspicious, and you even had peeping Tom guards shouting things out. So like they were good. The cat was out of the bag. They were going. It was over at that point. Hopefully, the old man doesn't get punished. He hasn't been rescued by Sky Knight, but she has at least, so she should be okay. And that's good. Because I do like her, and like I said, I have no ill will towards her. I'm not pissed off at her. But like sometimes I've mentioned this before. He's mostly naive, and he's idiotic in part. It's like since he's invulnerable, he thinks everybody else is. He thinks everything's going to work out for everybody at all times. That's a really annoying character trait, but it's not bad writing. It's just people are annoying. Like it's an annoying character trait, but sometimes he surprises us, and he comes through with something. Like he figured out that she was shaking, and the one time he went over, was it Vivi? I think it was Vivi. He was very compassionate towards her. He had some insight into like what was troubling her. He was the only one that noticed she was troubled. I can't remember the details now, but I just remember that sometimes, out of nowhere, he shows a depth to his character, a depth to his intelligence, especially his emotional intelligence, that I do not expect. It's one of the reasons why we love him as a character. I'm sure this will grow. I'm sure he'll become more and more emotionally intelligent, less and less naive, more caring and understanding the crew beneath him. Maybe he'll always steal food from him, which is not a good trait, but like nobody's perfect. But yeah, I just like that. I like that he showed that compassion to her. At any rate, this is episode 159. You know where we are. You know where we're going. 3, 2, 1. It was a great adventure, wasn't it? Skypea, I think is how you said that. Skypea, yeah. Yeah, look at her. Backstabber. Surely you can't be serious. I love he's like, no, I want that boat. It's another thing I love about him. For him, it's all about the cool factor, right? Konis. Konis is how we pronounce it. Okay. Now that we probably never see her again. Maybe very briefly at the end of the arc, right? Wait a minute. Did I see the antennae are now hanging down? Yeah, look, it looks like they're hanging down now. So maybe is it an antennae or not, or is it a hairstyle? So confusing. That's right. Smite them in black and white. The worst kind of smiting. That horse is so stupid. I love it. He does not. The author does not mind getting silly. Yep. What are you implying there? I think they're implying many things. Yep. Because you pressed her. You forced the issue. Thanks for that. How much should we trust that old eccentric old man? I love how these people right here call other people weird. Y'all some weirdos. I like the little motor sound, even though we know it's not actually a motor. Yep, just can't go fast. Yep, there it is. This arc is only, I think it's only like 10 episodes long. We got to be almost halfway through it by now. I don't really want to look up the arcs anymore. I got spoiled. I don't remember what I was spoiled on now, but I know I didn't like it, so I'm not going to do it anymore. But as I remember, I think the arc's only about 10 episodes long, which I guess that's a spoiler in and of itself, right? Knowing how long an arc is. But I feel like this is going to be well paced. This may be the most well paced arc they have because they're not wasting time. It's been pretty bam, 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 right? I have no complaints about the pacing of this arc at all. Of course not. Thought you knew. Here's the thing, though. Luffy gets what he wants. He wanted this adventure. He wanted to see this island, this upper deck, upper yard. Yeah. Gee, hey everybody. Here's some breaking news. Usopp is scared. Dumbass. Y'all are screwed. Yeah. So a lot of ships have crashed here. Like most of the people that came from the Blue Sea, most of them died right here. That's what I'm saying. There's probably not much of a cultural exchange going on if most people who come here get massacred before they have a chance to even really interact with people. Why would the language be the same, for instance? Oh, crap. Right, yeah. That takes out the big six ships. Yeah, there's a lot of them. How do you avoid them? I guess by being really small, right? Wow, how very Indiana Jones of you. It's pretty cool. Jesus Christ. There's a damn problem. But you know what's funny is most of the wrecked ships were at the front. So the first or second sickles got them. The first or second, yeah, bazooka, that's right, take him out. The first or second sickles took out almost all the ships that have come through. We don't see any more ship bodies, do we? There's no more wrecks. So you didn't even need the last 8 of them. But they're making sure. Oh, now it's a different kind of weapon. That'll handle the smaller things. You can't see it coming. How you ducking? I was wondering, was it electronic? In other words, like an automatic system, or are people loading? It looks like people are loading the. Get off my ass! Looks like people are loading the missiles, right? There's gonna be another trap. The traps always come in threes. Oh crap! Yeah, it's a boomerang. Sometimes they come back. This ain't their real ship, so their ship can get destroyed. Yeah, you're screwed. That's where you are. These people like to hide. Wow, you're on top of a, yeah. Gee, go figure. You're on top of the altar, so you can't even sail away, right? Oh, that's okay. It can mean that, yes. You have a terrible imagination. That's just not very nice. Oh, Chopper. Hey, thank you. I tell you what, she is damn useful. It's a great power. Let's get back upstairs. What do you think? Great. That's just wonderful. Well, scratch one sea monster anyway. I like this sky shark. I like that Zoro just throw himself into it. He don't care, man. He's gonna murk this shark. Look at him. He went all three swords. So, coming for that ass. He may not have a sense of direction, but he has a sense of danger. It's like a spidey sense. Truly the badassest character. You don't have no leverage too. Like if you swing your sword, it doesn't really do anything, right? Other than surface tension cutting, right? Because you're not standing on anything. There's no power coming up from the ground through your feet, through your shoulder, through your hand into the sword. You know what I mean, right? So you can't really like savagely attack anything if you're underwater. That's why the best underwater weapon is a spear gun. You know, you are not going back. I like the little flickering light in the distance. I think that's looking at them. And they're coming for the ass. If it's so, the people at the altar. This is a little bit confusing. The people at the altar were just bait to bring them into Tornado Alley here, right? To just basically put them where they can be trapped and then killed. I thought the purpose was to reunite everybody at the altar and then kill everybody at the altar. But they're trying to kill them before they reach the altar. So in other words, the other people are just bait. Get them here, kill them, and then you got the people at the altar. You can just kill them. I'm not saying that either way is better. I'm saying I assumed what they were going to do, and their intentions are actually different. I'm not saying my way is better. This way makes as much sense as anything else. It's just not what I thought they were going to do. So I would have had my guard lowered here, right? And they would have got me. Great. Yeah, it'll suck your entire body. Yeah, it is a neat forest. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. This is their ordeal. They have to. Oh, wait a minute. Their ordeal is they have to survive all these dangers. If they reach the altar, they're probably free to go. That didn't even cross my mind. This is the ordeal. It's like a penance in a way, like fire walking, or you have to walk 10 miles, and if you make it to the 10 miles through the desert or up the mountain or something, you're free to go, right? The ordeal is them surviving all the way up to the altar, and they're probably going to let them go. That's why I think. That's why I now think is going to happen. Gotcha. Where are you, Zoro? That's right. But if you're staying on the monster, then you have the leverage to cut into pieces. There we go. I always love the idea of a lake with something in the middle, so the lake serves as a massive moat. You know, that's what they've done here. So the aesthetic is really working for me. It also seems to be like South American, Native American architecture for the most part. Seems what they're inspired by. And I know that some of those cultures believed in sacrifices to the gods. So I think some of the culture aesthetic is also from that region and time period. Bad MFer. Look at him. He is awesome. Yeah. He will put a bruise on a monster's head. We've seen it before. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. He is tired too, boy. So it's always with the criticism, is it? You ever heard of the term henpecked? Yeah, exactly. Stop nagging me. It's time to take the shirt off. I'm curious. Yeah, there are a lot of them. That's right. If you got a physique like that, you can take your shirt off. I'm never taking my shirt off because I go down to minus 300 subscribers. Like, I would lose so many subscribers, the first 300 people who signed up after that wouldn't count. That's how many I would lose. So I'm not taking my shirt off. But he will take his shirt off in a heartbeat. Yeah, you better fix it. And we don't have Usopp to fix it. I'm not a ship doctor. Yep. In America, we call that kind of shirt a wife beater, which not a great term. There's got to be a better term for it. Yeah, no shit. This has become a major part of his character. Yeah, I wonder if these hieroglyphics can tell us anything. She does know about reading ancient languages, doesn't she? At least a little bit. Food, water. Is the water around the altar, is that fresh water or salt water? I'll kick their asses. I like his arrogance. Yeah, people don't mind about. Yeah, people like Zora. I mean, don't care about making God angry. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 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 yeah. He is cool. Cool factors. The only reason it's not a 10 anymore is because of his sense of direction. Yeah, look at her groveling. That's why you can't trust her. She'll grovel to anybody in power. Whoever's in power, she will grovel to them, manipulating everybody she sees. Man, that's why you can't trust her. I do like the fact that she was worried about her friends and went back for them. That gives her some points, but this groveling takes some points away. Just saying. I'm probably still a net positive though. Neat sounding priest. Really? I don't know. I think this could be part of the ordeal. The ordeal is like we need to know you can at least survive this far. Maybe you still have to confront God at some point, but this feels like part of the ordeal. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was clearly a powerful force. I don't know if we're talking about God. See, God means omnipotent, right? Which means he knows everything at all times. This doesn't strike me as that. Or they would have been stopped before they ever showed up. Before they ever endangered. See, if you're God and these are your people, you would stop the interlopers, the heretics, from interacting with that couple, the father daughter, before you interacted with them and corrupted them. He would have stopped it. An omnipotent God would have stopped it before they ever encountered each other and the father daughter got corrupted. So this God isn't omnipotent. This God is reactionary. Reactionary means you're not a God. You're just a powerful being. More powerful than we've ever met before, but you're still just a powerful being. You're not God. So that's how I see it. Really? They still don't trust each other. Yeah. Interesting. I knew she'd know a little bit about this, at least how old it is. Interesting. Don't tell us about your kink. Very troubling. We do not need to know. Really? That made her excited. Oh, yeah, she heard about the jewels, of course. Of course. Dollar eyes. Yeah, I see the berries in your eyes, which means I can't trust you. That's a good tell. Really. Give me a place to stand and a large enough lever, and I'll move the world. Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to use that to lift the ship up off the altar and put it back in the water. So I thought he was going to like stand somewhere and use that lever with the rope to pick the shit up. He's just trying to get over to the surface. Okay, that's right. Eat that, Sky King. You're going to fall straight into water. Yeah, yeah. Think about the berries. She's too scared. She ain't going to do it. Yeah, they're just showing how dangerous they are. If you hit that water, you're dead. Yep. You better nail it. Will her greed overcome her fear? It looks like it will. Her greed will overcome her fear. You're going straight into the water. Oh man, that was very nice of you. Thank you. Saved her ass. I guess we have to trust her a little bit more. Nice. What was it? Tarzan. Nice Tarzan reference. Great. He's the only one left, right? So he's there by himself. At least nobody's gonna steal the ship. They can't get it down. Yeah, but who do you have? Ah, ish. He's pretty brave. Although he's up there with Usopp for fear. Him and Usopp are scared of everything. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a carpenter. Yeah, that's right. If somebody could steal the ship, I wouldn't trust you here by yourself. That's right. Geek yourself up. What? It can come over here, man. You're in pretty good shape. They're in more danger than you are. Look at them. Didn't you just eat? Oh my god. This guy. This effing guy. Gum gum punch lamprey. That's right. Get out of my face. It's like a massive tapeworm. Oh. Hmm. That's not the altar yet, is it? They're gonna have to get through it somehow. Here comes the next ordeal. Which entrance is good? And there's probably a different phrase in front of each one, so you got to figure it out. Swamp ordeal, iron ordeal, string ordeal, ball ordeal. You got to pick one. Yes, it's all a game. Life's a game, baby. Four ordeals. So this is a real ordeal, I guess. Okay. So yeah, I wasted my time pausing. I paused it before we got any more information. I should have just waited for the end of the episode, but I did what I did. I paused before we got any more information. I gave what I would do, given the circumstances and given the fact you don't know anything else. So I'll go ahead and hand off to that right now. Okay, so I know we're almost at the end of the episode, but they probably won't decide before that. But still, I need before we get any more information. Which one would I take? Swamp, iron, string. What was the fourth one? Ball. They all sound bad. Jesus. I don't think there's a good choice. Swamp, you can probably get yourself, if it's just like a quicksand situation, which I'm assuming it is. If it's quicksand situation, then you can probably get out. Luffy can stretch his arms, grab some trees, and pull you out of it. Iron, God only knows what that is. It could be molten iron for all you know. String, you can be tied up in string. Balls, like these massive balls, can be trying to crush you. I guess I'd go swamp. Like I don't think any of them are good, but that's what I would go with.